Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba. Sorry about that. My throat got kind of gunky. Also, sorry about that weird tab. I went to the wrong fucking stream page. Whoopsie doopsie. But hi everybody, welcome in. How you doing? I'm doing good. I gotta adjust my face. Hold on. By adjust my face, I guess I mean rub my face. Hi, Nautilus. Oopsies, yeah, oopsie doopsie. I went to the stream page on accident. Spicy noodles! Thank you for the sip. And thank you for the pet, Nautilus. Weewon is not in the room as of right now, but Weewon! Grab some first. I'll tell him when he gets back in here. He's spawn camped. Squats! Okay. I do need to wake up. It is, what was the word? It is a sleepy day. I'm feeling kind of, I don't want to say groggy, heavy. Heavy is a better word because it's gonna be raining on and off today, and yeah, I'm very tired from that. Alrighty, let's do some stretches, and then let's do some squats. Also, my model is not moving because I'm not in front of it, and that's okay. Big stretches. And now let's do some little squatsies. Let me stretch my legs real quick. Hazy. Hazy's also a pretty good word. I'm wistful. Not airheaded quite. Bro is stuck like an NPC. I am. I'm about to do squats. So I'm not next to my... Fucking ow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm doing squats, rotates 30 degrees. I'm doing squats. Don't make fun of me, I'm baby. Alrighty. Whew. I'm stuck. I'm stuck on a wire! Okay, I'm good. I'm no longer stuck. Whew. Well, that woke me up a little bit. But it also just made me more tired. Make fun of you, you baby. No, don't make fun of me, I'm baby. Don't do it. I said don't. Alrighty, let's get back in the chair. Get nice and comfy. I hear Weewon. I think I hear Weewon. Weewon. Get over here. I wanna jump you. He's not coming in. He knows I'm gonna attack him when I least expect it. There he is. Oh, I see. You got a fucking cookie snack. I only hear the do part of don't, so I'm gonna do. No. I'm small. Don't attack me. Do not attack the baby man. It's me. I'm baby man. Don't do it. Anyway, welcome in everybody. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. It is World Building Wednesday. Why would you do this to me? Why? What the fuck? Alright, I guess I'm now a baby. Even more plushy than usual. Here I am. Alright, so, since it is world building, when it stops sniffling, you ain't no good. You ain't got no nose! Ah! Why didn't anyone tell me? I do have a nose. It's very small. You see it? See, if I turn my head really far, you can see it barely. See? It's there. It's just very, very small. I'm Renetta. Aw, and hug the wee one. Tiny boogers. No! But yeah, it is Wednesday, my dudes, so we're gonna be working on my TTRPG stuff. Uh, I haven't done this like actively in a while, so I'm gonna cover everything real quick, and then I'm gonna get to work on showing you guys all the races that I have, because I've been drawing a lot of stuff off streams, and I think you're allowed to see them. That's cute. Alright, so let's hop on over here. Ta-da! Alright. So, for those of you who don't know what's going on here, because you're either new or you're newer, I like to draw stuff. Specifically, I like to draw races of, like, the different monsters and aliens and, like, fantasy creatures, and I put them up like this on a roster. Also, I'm going to be yawning here and there because it's rainy today, and I'm very heavy from it. I'm very, very hazy, as someone said earlier. As Noobles said. Y'all are being cute, and the chat, and hugging the wee one. Excellent. I also will have Leon on at some point to help make a character so we can show what it's doing. Hello, Lightspear. Welcome in. Or Sparks, not Spear. I read that stupid. And I am good. The baddie is doing an TTRPG. So, do I have... Is this what I need? No. I need to find something real quick. Give me a second. I don't think it's in here. Is this it? No. Yes, this is it. Okay. No, it isn't. Fuck. This is it, maybe? No! Every function my body could have, it is doing! Okay, well, I can't find it, but I can very easily redo it, so that's fine. You're committing piracy in Yakuza. Blah. I keep sneezing. Who's talking about me? Stop it. Stop talking about me. Leon, how could you? Leon said, because you're gay and small, and I've never been more offended. Bless you? Thank you. Yeah, I keep sneezing now. I was yawning, and now I'm just sneezing, and I don't understand what my body is doing. It's very pissed. It came out of hibernation for Monster Hunter. I just saw that. Yeah, he did. Hopefully this Friday I will get to play some Monster Hunter. Some Dark Souls 3 with him. Sorry, if I go mute randomly, it's because I'm sneezing. The guild authorizes you to hunt the small monster bat. No! No! Don't hunt me!
Wait a minute! Who are you?
You are not new, Loros! Help me, I'm sneezing. Gah, nothing's coming out, I'm just sneezing really hard. Yes, I'm stealing. How dare you steal Penguina's bed? How dare you? You ready for spring? No! That's when I get even more sniffly. I'm not ready for the Actually, it doesn't really get too... It does? It gets polleny here? I guess it's technically worse here because we don't get rain to, like, pad down the pollen. God damn it. Someone stop me from sneezing. I don't know why this is happening to me. Hit me with the link occasionally. We gotta blow him up. How dare you stand where she stood? But yeah, Levon has done himself a great Honster Munter, and I'm glad to see him crawling out of the cave. Fuck me. I'm glad to see him crawling out of the cave, because that means I get to play games with him again! Yay! Alright, give me just a sec. It's the polar opposite of the goon cave! You're right as fuck. Alrighty, I sneezed real good. I wiped my nosy. I'm gonna pray I don't need to sneeze anymore. But you can probably hear my my nostrils are very pissed off now, but it's fine. It'll calm down. The inflammation will go down. But on today's agenda, I've been working on this on and off for the past few months. Fun fact, Bull is going to his first con this spring break. Nice! Cons are fun. Hyper nodders. If I can figure out how to animate the hyper nodders, I will make one for you, Bibba. Alright. The laugh fast is great too. I know you do. You love the ones that are like super nuts. Alrighty, so before we start covering the mechanics of the game, I do want to go over the different races I've drawn. So what I did was essentially draw my Eldred Classic races, and then I drew my Nova races. So for those of you who don't know what that means, Classic is basically like fantasy stuff. Nova is going to be my more starfaring stuff. And each one takes place in their own, like, version of the world. It's not that Nova, the space one, is going to be in the future. It's like its own separate universe, because a lot of the races overlap. So for Classic, you have stuff like elves, like these guys, and they are technically reskinned to be Syrians in the Nova universe. They have a similar story, but they have differing origin points. While all of the races that are playable in Eldred Classic all come from the same world, the same planet, in the Nova iteration, it's an AU where each race came from their own planet, and they've come together either through being allies or enemies. And that's how I differentiate it. Now, the ones over here on the red, those are the ones that are not a part of Nova. So these are the classic ones. You've got your elves, you got the dwarves, my underlings, they're my IKEA Twilight, and my gobles, my little goblin babies, the Kroom doll, which you guys got to watch me draw on stream, and then my gargoyles. Now, there aren't hardly any female gargoyles, which is why I didn't bother to draw them, and there's lore reasons for that. However, we're not going to be covering these guys today, because I'm not going to be working on Classic. I want to work on Nova first, because I'm already in a, burp. I'm already in a medieval fantasy, like, classic sort of campaign in the form of Vandalt, and I would much rather want to focus my campaign on something more starfaring. So, let's cover them real quick, and then we're going to go over how to add mechanics of the game to these races. Ribbit. Hi, Cosma. Ribbit, ribbit. I'm glad you've been big gaming in Minecraft. Minecraft is fun. I think I'm mostly done with Minecraft, though. I'm just waiting for Hytale. But, yeah. So, these guys are humans, also known as the race of men on Eldred Classic, but they are from Earth. They... lurking a bit before work. Of course, Sugar Skull! But yeah, they're us. They're humans. I say us in a hypothetical sense. They're us. You got a blender homework? What does that mean? A blender? Like the program blender? Or like you got a blender? Bull's just getting back in and now that he can play Java finally. Absolutely fair. I prefer Java because program blender. Okay. I prefer Java because you can mod the fuck out of it and it's fun as hell. And that's like half the reason to play Minecraft anyways, the mods, because the mods are great. Aw, cute. Hugs. But yeah, these guys are going to be humans. They're from Earth. They're your standard human. And I will come up with a few traits for them once I'm done covering all the other races. So we can see how this works. Then we got my Syrians. We all know about these guys. They're my blue elves. Apparently, they're going to be called space elves because the way my information is going to work mechanically, you are... Essentially, the story is you are an employee for a company called Atlas, and you are ingesting information about these races through the company, and possibly your own personal knowledge. So that's what I'm going to be writing my guidebook for. It's going to be in the eyes of Atlas. So if something sounds a little weird or off, or even maybe a little vague, or maybe even stereotypical, it's the company writing it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing for these guys. So if you see, like, if you look up the data log for Syrians, you'll see it'll also say, like, oh, also known as space elves, moon elves, blue elves, you know, shit like that. It's just the company writing down what they've observed in their stuff. And I think that'd be really fun. These are the Zedans. I gave them a bra just in case, even though they don't have boobs. You're gonna notice that a lot of the races that don't have boobs or nipples, I still give a bra to, because I don't fucking trust Twitch. But these are the Zeta Reticuli. They are obviously the grays, but there's two types, and I will cover that when I cover them. Then I got the Gobelings. These guys are actually a combination of the Gobles and the Underlings. Because I wanted to make something based off of the Hopkinsville Goblin Alien, which was in the 50s, I believe. Because all of these are slightly inspired by some sort of alien. Some are custom made, but some are actually inspired. Like the Syrians, for instance. If you Google, like, Syrian alien or something, you'll see, like, these blue people with elfish ears. Sometimes they're bald. Actually, most of the time they're bald. But I don't like that design. And these guys are based off of some dude named Aaron Lazar. Apparently he covered them. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't buy into a lot of the aliens, but that don't mean I can't take inspiration. Yeah, I've Googled it and a lot of them are bald. But that's why you take your own liberties. Alright, so the Orkron. They're not based off of anything per se, but they are based off of the Orkron from my classic stuff. And if you guys don't know who these guys are, they're awesome and I love them. They are based off of a hypothetical race I created a while back, and then I just went, I want to put them somewhere, so I put them in Eldrig. And I love them. They're my big ol'... They're space orcs. They're called space orcs, by the way. Kind of like how these guys are called space elves. These guys are space orcs. And these guys are space goblins, basically. And now we get to the less humanoid creatures. We all know what these guys are. They're my Proxians. I call them my blind cave cats because I'm a shithead. And they were a fun little design. I randomly made them on accident while writing it's not really a prompt. It was just like a little story idea I wanted to write out. I wanted to practice writing. And these guys were born from that. And then I fleshed them out fully, and I love them. I can go over why they're designed this way. I'll do that for all the races, but for right now, I'm just showing you guys, because like I said, I do a lot of shit off stream. So these are my Skarma. At least they're called the Skarma in Eldred Classic. In this iteration, in Nova, they are called the Lyrans, and that is because they are based off of a lion race that supposedly exists of lion aliens. They are the, like, oldest of the races, apparently, at least one of the oldest. So I wanted them to look kind of grumpy. Not oldest lived, their species is just the oldest. Kind of like how ours is, like... I want to say that we're about 300,000 years old. We're between 200 and 300,000 years of age. That's how old modern man is. These guys are like millions of that. So, they are a very old race. And then we have another old race called the Avians. And once again, these are all hypothetical aliens that could exist out in the known universe. Well, for here, it's the Galactic Arm, which is called Orion. For those of you who don't know, we're in a spiral galaxy, and we are sitting in one of its nice little tentacle arms called Orion. So, whenever you hear me say the Orion Arm, or the Orion Cluster, or, like, the Galactic Arm, that's what I mean. That's where this whole story is taking place, and that little sliver of our galaxy. Most of these species are going to be, like, in that zone. That way I can keep stuff pretty small. Not everything is going to be, like, from the fucking far reaches of the universe. That's fucking crazy. But if we look at it from, like, a fantasy regional map, the solar systems are going to be kind of like kingdoms, and planets are going to be kind of like kingdoms, sort of. And then in different spots of the Galactic Arm is going to be kind of like your continent, where everything is happening. So it's the same principle, just on a much larger scale. If that makes sense. But yeah, these are my burbs. And then I have these guys. Yes, they are 8.5 feet tall. Look how fucking big they are compared to people. I think I made the man about 6'9", 6'10", or 5'9", 5'10", something like that. These guys are huge, and I love them. But they're also assholes. We'll cover all that later. Oh, Waka! Cecil scared the shit out of me. And then I cover my more reptilian creatures. And when I say reptilian, I guess I mean dinosauroid, because they can... Thank you for the fed sugar skull. And the sippy, I am thirsty. Oh, fuck, I forgot my pills. Babe, have you taken your pills today? Oh, that's what I thought. Pill check! Pill check here. Thank you, Sugar Skull, for the pet and the sip and the sip. Also, get that bear roar while we're at it. Med check, you goobers. Yeah, it's me. I'm a med check. Oh, we want to hug you, Sugar. He's like, I know Sugar Skull didn't hug me, but I hugged her. She's being a butthole. You better hug him. Alright, let me take my pills real quick. And then I will continue on the races. And then we're going to cover the mechanics. Oh. Ooh, I swallowed a bit of ice with that, but that's okay. Oh, plus ultra hug. Cute. Alright, I should be good now. Kibben? Is he okay? Yeah, Cecil's starting to spaz out because it's getting rainy. It hasn't started raining just yet. It's been like sprinkling on and off. But he's been he's in dumbass mode, as we like to call it, because he's getting ready for the rain. Yeah, Batman. Alright, next on the agenda, we're going into our more reptilian / dinosauroid creatures. And these are my Drovins. These are creatures, they're not based on anything. Neither are the Nautiloids. I'll tell you if they're based off of something. But these guys I created years ago, like 2019 almost. Maybe 2020. Let me actually look that up. But I do believe it was around 2019. But they're one of the first races I ever made. Besides like a frog that I made. Oh no, 2021. I'm thinking of my frogs, if that's the case. But I'm not going to be working with my frogs. I thought about it, and I thought against it. But yeah, I love these guys. I wanted to fuck around with what would happen if a Tsitsiyaku became a person and also had 4 arms. Boom, there it is. And then a lot later, on stream, I decided, hey, but what if I made my own budget predator? And then I did. So this is basically just my answer to the Predator. And look how clean it is. Look how much cleaner these are. These are not the first iteration of these that I've drawn. These are second iteration drawings, and they look so nice and clean, and it makes me very happy. But yeah, these guys are going to be my 4-armed, angry, aggressive cousins of the Droven, as what I've called them. The 4 toes. Yeah, they have parrot feet, basically. The way the Drovens and the Tauramians work, they are based off of, like I said, like an avian / dinosauroid origin. And I wanted them to have some sort of head thingy, 2 prongs of ears, and a facial crest of some sort. So these guys with this, like, high cheekbone and, like, faceplate that they've got, in the Tauramians, it evolved to be these, like, openable mandible things on their face. And while the Drovens have, like, ostrich feet, because, you know, avian-like, dinosaur-like, these guys have parrot feet, so they kind of reference each other, if that makes sense. That's why I call them their aggressive cousins, because they come from seemingly a similar gene pool. They seem to have similar origins, but people don't know how yet. And then these guys, I haven't really shown yet, but I have drawn on stream, kind of. These are my Saurians. They are obviously dinosaur. I based their legs off of T-Rexes, pretty much. Not me taking my somewhat abandoned OCs and plugging them into these races, too. I see Sugar Skull grabs handful of 5,000 races in a bag, or 5,000 OCs in a bag. Teehee, Vandal, psh, grabs again. Eldrick Nova grabs again. Just starts by the fistful throwing them at our campaigns. Excellent. But yeah, these guys are going to be my dinosaurs. They have more feathery features, so they can have feathers on top of their heads, maybe on their arms, on their tails. Which is why I call this tab the, like, reptile dinosaur-ish combo, because dinosaurs are technically birds. There's a reason birds are called raptors, so I consider them 2 different kinds of species, but I'm still putting them in the, like, same category. Scaled and feathery. Here's my snakes. They're the Sasani. These guys are actually an old race that I've put together. Do I hear? I thought I heard something weird. But yeah, these guys are actually an old race that I decided to throw in. Hi, I'm a silly skull who shows love by diving into beautiful races, amazing worlds, and stories. Cute! Absolutely adorable. Alright, and then finally, my dragons. I love my dragons. And these guys are also based off of aliens. So the Saurians are based off of this, like, supposedly lizard people existing. Not the dragons. The dragon people are different, but these guys are considered, like, the good dragons, quote-unquote. And they're often seen as, like, enslaved by the dragons. The Sasani, meanwhile, I don't know if there's any kind of snake aliens out there. Yeah, Castella Maestro's sitting is adorable. Dude, Sugar Skull's adorable and draws all this cute art, and it's fucking precious, and it makes my heart warm. It makes me very happy. But, the Drakkar are also a race of, hypothetical alien called the Alpha Draconians. So that's what these guys are based off of. They're assholes. They're assholes for the most part. But sometimes they won't be. Watch your motherfucking toad. Ah! Hi, Mothboy. Welcome in. Also, what tone would you want me to be in? Should I drop my tone? Should I raise my tone? What am I doing? What do I do to make you happy? Alrighty, but yeah, these guys are based off of another hypothetical alien species, just like these guys. And then these guys, I have just one that's based off of another alien species, which are my mantids. Now the mantis aliens, these are not what they supposedly look like in a hypothetical sense, but I don't care. I made them centaurs, and I drew these the other day. I believe I drew them Monday because I wanted to draw. I wanted to draw my alomims. And as you can see, my bugs do not have tits, nor do they have nips, but I'm still putting a bra on it. Because it's a female, and I don't trust Twitch like that. And as you can see, they've got the antennas. I just had a lot of fun drawing these boys. So, the next one, close your eyes if you have arachnophilia. Arachnophobia. Keep your eyes open if you have arachnophilia. But, I'm showing spiders in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so these are my little spooters. They are a tall female, nice. Yeah, insects, usually females are bigger, so I made the females bigger. With these guys, as you can see, I based them off of... I sure as hell have arachnophilia! Excellent. These wonderful little babies are a type of spider race. They're not based off of anything, but I wanted to make them. And I made them with the inspiration of the Mexican jumping spider. Specifically the peacock spider with the little dude who can shake his butt. It's very cute. Which is why the men are a lighter color, and they will usually have a lot of really pretty designs on them. This boy I just made black with a big strip of blue over his face. And the reason I did that is because there's actually a peacock spider out there that looks like this. And he's very cute. I want to marry Muffet Undertale, so you know, I like spiders. I mean, fair. Muffet's adorable. And then we all know what these are. They're my Kolbesh. They're my termite spiders. They're my termite insects, basically. And just like how my lizards share similar qualities, my insects also share the same quality of having 2 big fingers and then a thumb. And then their feet either have just 2 toes and then a third on the back, or just 2 toes in general. So that's what you're going to notice between all of these. As you can see here, same thing. My Kolbesh, same thing. So that's what these guys are doing. I know who they are from top to bottom. I see. Oh, right, and head feelers, like any head crest that they have, males will have bigger ones. So, antenna, bigger. And then I got the last race. You guys didn't see me draw these, but I love them. They're my little moths. I made little mothies. They're very small. I did make them small. Should I make them bigger? Nah. But yeah, these are my little moth babies. Moths! Yeah. And they're based off of Mothman. And the reason I do that is because there are people out there that say Mothman is an alien. And I'm like, I want moths! So I made a moth. Alright, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, we can start covering mechanically what they all do. Now, that is not technically all of the races. There's technically one more. But that one can cover any culture and any species. So I will keep that a secret for now, quote unquote. Monkey. We on monkey. So, the way I want my stuff to work is, let me pull up my sheet real quick. Oh, it's so bright. Help. There we go. So the way the sheet is going to work is you're going to have your name, your level, and your occupation. And I've already written this down before, but I can't find that, so I'm just going to rewrite it. So your name comes from your culture, your level is just how experienced you are, your occupation is something you choose based on what you feel like your character is. It's kind of like playing Skyrim or something, or Dark Souls, and you're like, I'm gonna be a sorcerer build. It's your build, and it's what you're naming it. So I want to be a quiet assassin with a really good bow and arrow. I'm gonna be a fucking ranged assassin. That's my occupation. It's not something that I select in the game, it's something that I am personally calling myself. So that's what an occupation is. I just finished brainrotting on the Van sheets. Now I shall start coding the Eldritch sheets. To be fair, the Eldritch sheet is already done and coded, for the most part. Alright, so after that, you have your species, which is what I just showed off. You have your background. Ugh, gross. And you have your training. And species, background, and training is what I'm going to work with today. Because I need to figure out what you need to choose. So, the reason you choose your species, your background, and your training is because they give you different traits and skills. So, your species will give you, I want to say 2 to 3 traits. Also, I changed some Persona lore, so now my boy is a new species. Nice. So you get 2 to 3 racial traits. And traits are different from skills. Traits are just inherent to your character because of their biology. Skills are something you can pick up. And you can pick up at any point in the game depending on, like, people you've trained under. So, yeah, background and training. Each one gives you a few skills. So that's the difference between your species and your background training. So we're going to try and come up with some species traits that people can pick because of the race they chose, or because of the species they chose. And like I said, I want it to be inherent to their biology. So, for instance, let's not use humans for an example. I'm gonna grab one that has like something super crazy. Tauramians, for instance. Their racial traits would have to do with their head crest and their arms and possibly their tail or feet. So they would have like a hard head. And they can do like a headbutt. That can crack the shit out of anything. And then another trait they would have would be 4 arms. They can grab 4 things at once. They can climb something while carrying something. Stuff like that. So this is what I mean by racial traits. Inherent to the biology. Humans will never have this because humans don't have 4 arms. And then they'll have stuff like, you know, super long prehensile tail, which will help you grab stuff. However, species racial traits can also be a bad thing. You can have pros and then a con or 2 here as well. Let me find what I mean. Like mantises, for example. Let's use these guys. Let's say that because they're made out of chitin, they are susceptible to blunt weaponry. They can actually get... They won't get hurt by, like, slashing weapons, but they will get hurt by blunt weapons a lot easier because their chitin is pretty easy to crack with that. So, something like that. Also with the Prometheans, for instance. Let's say, oh yeah, they're super fast and they can fly. But they have a drawback, which is they need to eat like a certain amount of nectar a day, or they'll go into torpor, which is what happens to hummingbirds, fun fact. So, shit like that. I want racials to be both good and bad, here and there. And it's up to you to weigh out whether or not you want those traits. Meh. So, traits won't necessarily be all good. There will be one or two that'll be like, oh man, but it's just because of the limitations of your biology. Got the music going. Alright, so blah, 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 blah. And then, like I said, background and training, that all has to do with just your culture, mostly. Your background is going to be, you know, where you're from, where you grew up, what culture you were raised in. That's going to influence your languages, how you carry yourself, and what social standing you have with others. Your training is stuff that you have learned up to this point, and what you have been trained for the job that you will be doing. Let's say you have medical training because you were getting a doctorate or something. That is where that would go. It's technically your quote-unquote class. And most of this stuff is actually going to get skill trees. Your background traits could have skill trees, but your training will definitely have a skill tree involved because, like I said, no classes, but I do want there to be some sort of skill tree where you can follow a path and go into some sort of specialization. That's a good word for it. Alright, so let's start on my traits. Let me tab in here. Okay, yeah, all the species are here. I'm checking my playbook, which is what I've been calling it, since that's the best way to put it. And I'm going to check out human racial traits. I do have some of them written down. And human racial traits are pretty... I don't want to say lackluster, but it's very simple compared to some of the others because we don't have a whole lot of crazy shit to us. At least as far as other races go. I gotta do a stretch, hold on. Go. That was... Ooh. Ugh. Oh, okay. My back started hurting. I needed to stretch it. So, my racial traits for my species has to do with your speed, which is how fast you can go across a battle map, or just in general, what your starting HP is, and what your HP per level is. So, instead of classes determining that, like D&D does, or I believe Pathfinder, it's your race that does it. Which makes sense because it has to do with how sturdy you are. Humans were average, so that's what I gave them. Let's say, meanwhile, these guys, these big motherfuckers, they probably have a bit more vitality, so they'll have higher numbers. But they will also have negative traits. The thing with humans is they're simpler, but they don't have any negative traits. Most other species do. And for humans, I gave them 2 traits. I forgot they're really funny. I'm trying to think if these traits would be inherently biological or cultural, but across all cultures, humans tend to do these things. So I think it's just a universal human thing. So my first trait that I gave humans... the first trait is called pack bonding. Because we do that. We pack bond so fucking hard. For no reason. You put googly eyes on a rock and we're like, it's a baby, it's my son. Like... and it once a day, it'll let you automatically win a charm-based roll. Basically, you're like, guys, shut the fuck up, we're cool. And you act as, like, the glue of your ship, pretty much. Because a lot of species don't do this. They don't pack bond with other species. They think it's weird. But humans can do it. And they're like, well, fuck, I guess we're listening to the human. And then I have something called slap it together. Which I've noticed most humans do this as well. regardless of culture, because we're ingenuitive as fuck. Once a day, craft or repair an item that you need out of minimal materials. This will get higher as you level up. Basically, if it's moving and it doesn't need to, you duct tape it. If it's not moving and it needs to, you WD-40 it. We are crackhead little mavericks when it comes to cannibalizing technology. And I wanted to include that in the human traits. So while this has nothing to do with their bodies per se, this has to do with their mental fortitudes and what humans like do almost on a universal basis. And this is what I've noticed we do the most. We tend to pack bond, and we can cannibalize anything. We are the little crackhead cockroaches of the universe, apparently. So that's what I've added in here. Now remember, because these guys are only getting 2 traits and their starting HP is pretty average, which is 6 starting, 3 level, they don't really have negative traits. So that's another reason to choose a human. You don't take any negative traits. I have an idea. I'm gonna do this. Vit 6 and then 3 for leveling. Yeah, and the speed 40 average. And then I covered what they look like. I took their picture, their faces. I'll be doing this on a I'll make it look better later, but I've took what they look like on average with their faces, their body. I go over what their blood color is, their age, like their adulthood and how long they live, their average height, stuff like that. And then, of course, I did their skin color, eye color, and hair color for people to choose from. And then we get to their cultural traits. Now, their cultural skills... I'm going to write down skills. There we go. So, that has to do with where they live. And the way humans work for me is that they pretty much are concentrated in the Sol system, or the solar system, the place where we're from, like Earth, Mars, Venus. Those are the 3 planets that are actually terraformed as well by now, because this is about 300 years in the future. 350 years in the future. So the cultures have more to do with the planet they're from. There we go. So that's what background is going to be. Background has to do with your cultures and what you learn in that culture. So, for instance, let's say you are from Venus. You are a Venusian. In the list that I've written here, it says that Venus was a collaborative effort of terraforming as a sort of peace negotiation, because Earth and Mars kind of had a falling out. As you do, because Mars was considered the new America. Yes, I'm taking this from All Tomorrows. And then the Martians were kind of pissed off, and they had a bit of a fight, had a bit of a kerfuffle, but they ended up stopping eventually before they killed themselves completely. And Venus was a sort of collaborative effort to say, teehee, look, we can work together, haha. And each one has been mostly colonized by certain cultures. So you will see that culture more fluently on certain planets. So on Earth, it's your standard, what you think and see here, except it's just 300 years in the future. Most people will identify as like an Earthling or an Earth native, but they will also hold on to old traditions from their own Earth culture, so that will be up to the player on what, that's from. Mars has been colonized mostly by the West, because they were the first ones to get there. So a lot of it is culturally signified by Western ideals, more individualistic nature, stuff like that. Meanwhile, Venus was colonized more by the East, so China, Korea, some Indian influence as well, South Asian, stuff like that. So you'll actually see this difference between Earth, Mars, and Venus, where Earth kind of seems to be this melting pot of different colors and varieties. Mars is more medium-skinned, with dark to blonde hair people, and they're more Western. And then you have Venus, who usually has either more fair skin or more yellowy skin, and usually black hair with darker eyes, and they have a more community-based nature. So that's going to be the differences between those guys. That is not to say there are dozens of human colonies everywhere else now. Humans have been snatched up and spreading themselves across the galactic arm for a while now. And they've been kind of mingling with other races and on other planets for a bit. So if you don't want to pick a solar system culture, you don't gotta. You can go somewhere else. And that's the fun part. You can pretty much pick almost any culture you want. Doesn't matter what species you are. Now, that's not to say you will not be welcomed in the same way if you're a certain species. If you're a dragon, if you're a Drakkar, and you try to live on Earth, it's gonna be rough. Because you're considered an enemy of the state, pretty much. So, that's gonna be rough for you, but I'm not here to limit people. I'm gonna do this. So that's what background and training is gonna be. Your background is gonna be like your culture, where you're from, you know, who your parents are, all that good shit, and what traits you might have as a result. Now, I can't tell you what those are gonna be yet, because I don't know all of the backgrounds. I still have to work on that. And then with training, there's going to be almost a universal series of training, because almost every culture comes up with medical. Almost every culture has some sort of military, some sort of science department, some sort of scholar department. All of those are going to be considered like universal training, and if you're on a very specific culture that has a very specific kind of training, then you'll be able to pick that up. But that's going to be fun. So I think I'm going to work on training first. I'll work on backgrounds later, because backgrounds are a bit more nuanced, and I'll have to look at every single race for it. So we're going to work today on species traits and your training. So Levi. Oh, are you going somewhere? No, you can go, it's fine. Oh, he's breaking his fucking neck. I was going to ask what kind of traits you would want for your boy, because we can go over what kind of traits he'd have. Okay. No, I mean like, here, hold on. That would be considered training. Here, let's hop in a call real quick. I'm grabbing my Weavine. Weavine! Weavine! Oh, I am not on push to talk. Hold on.
Ohio, dickhead.
What the fuck? Weavine!
What do you want from me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
I was busy JOing and now you're bothering me.
Wow, okay, fine, I'll leave.
I was schmeating my meat out
Okay,
here.
fine, I'll leave.
Alright.
Alright.
So, are you okay with talking about this?
I don't know. Depends on who's going to be playing with us and if they want to be spoiled on the character I'm going to be creating. And even if so, they still have to not be a narc and be cool about it.
I don't think Sugar Skull will narc if she joins. Because as of right now, you are the only surefire player that I know I have. So I don't even know who would be there to narc. He's doing a little dance. Okay, so I did
Yeah.
mention
Sure.
that there are all these races, but there's one in particular that I have not covered yet.
Sure.
And that is because it is artificially made.
Yeah.
May I know, please and thanks, I will play, but I might forget anyway.
That's fair.
Me as fuck.
That's fair as fuck. You know what? I'm fine
Me
talking
as shit,
about it.
dude. High five. Okay, so every single race in almost every single race, I should say, in the Eldritch Nova campaign
Sure.
have a similar technology, which is androids.
Mhm.
Humans make androids that look usually like them, but because humans are crackheads, their androids can look like what are they called? Ball joint dolls, anime characters that they really like,
Right.
furries. Like, humans are crackheads,
Sure.
and they will make these androids look like this. However, that is the public who can afford one,
Right.
but androids are also used for a lot of other stuff, usually as either
Fuck bots.
they free labor. That's all I'm gonna say.
Um,
Free labor.
fuck bots.
So,
Okay.
all androids will have the same traits, however. They are not biological, but they are artificial.
Sure.
So I'm gonna do this.
And it's almost strange that you're talking about Bobobs right now.
Well, that's because they're all encompassing. Androids, yeah, smooch fleshies, androids. See, Lillian's gonna smooch them. Lillian's gonna smooch all the androids. Welcome
Whoa.
in, buddy, and thank you for the 36 fucking months. Dude, you've been subscribed to me for fucking 3 years!
Yeah.
Holy shit! 3 fucking years, my guy. This was
Every
the perfect
time
time to come in.
What's up, Juju? Also, looking at that fucking dancing emote just reminds me of the combat music from yesterday.
Yeah, because it matches.
Yeah.
Haha, old. Bitch, you're the one that subscribed to me for 3 years. You're old too. Old. Alright, so I want the androids to have a bit more vit than, let's say we're basing them off of humans, for instance. Should they have the same vit as what they're being made for? I think.
I would say if they're trying to emulate a certain race or like practicality use, they would probably share the same racial bonuses,
Okay.
but or at least the statistical bonuses, but probably not the same if there are like racial skills and abilities.
Mm-hmm. Well, I meant like vit and speed. I'm assuming they
Yeah.
would have roughly the same as their biological counterparts.
I would, yeah, I would say so.
So if you were a human android, you would have starting health of 6, a level up health of 3.
Sure.
Okay, and you would have a speed of 40.
Okay.
You have white hairs, so I know I do. Y'all made me gray early.
Look at little grandpa baby here. Baby grandpa.
Bow bow.
Alright, but their racial traits, quote-unquote racial traits, are going to be different than anything else. And what I'm going to give them, I believe, would be probably untiring.
Makes sense. They're Bobob.
They're Bobob. They could just do any task and they don't tire out or get sick of it.
Right.
Because you know how humans will get bored after a while?
Right. They'll check out because it's monotonous or stupid.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just say they can do menial laborious tasks without tiring or getting bored. Without gaining exhaustion. I feel like if you, as a biological species, does something to push yourself, you will gain exhaustion. Obviously.
Right.
But I feel like androids will not gain exhaustion. They can keep pushing themselves. They also don't really need to sleep. They charge.
Right.
So they don't need to sleep. They stay in their charging station for a fraction of the time people need to sleep. What would you say, like half? Half the amount of
Yeah.
sleeping, so like 4 hours?
Yeah, just about. Oh my god, I found him.
What?
The picture I used is his fucking face claim eons ago.
Oh, it's the boy.
Fucking did it.
Look at him. But yeah, and also when they're charging, they're technically not sleeping. They're aware still. They're like on and like still listening. So he could technically be an android could be technically listening and guarding like whatever ship or location they're on, even when on standby.
Right.
So kind of like the whole elf thing. What is the elf thing called?
That, like, fucking, what's it called?
Yeah, the Fae sleep or whatever, where it's like you're technically sleeping, but you're not.
Meditation, I think it is.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. It's like, it's in D&D. It's when you're like, oh yeah, I only have to sleep for 3 hours, and I'm still technically awake while I'm doing it. It would be kind of like that, because it would make sense for an android. I don't remember the trait. I guess just look up, yeah, elf D&D traits.
Yeah, it's a trance.
Trance! That's what it's called. Trance. They're technically sleeping, but they're not. It's stupid on an elf. No one has that. No one should be allowed to actually do that. But androids can. Because they're just a phone on a charging station, pretty much. Yep. But that also means that certain pulse and electronic technology can disrupt you.
I figured.
So because you have all of this strong positives, you also need a negative. Because like I said, I like my racial traits to be good and then
Yeah.
You need some good and you need a drawback.
Sure do.
So I feel like an android's drawback would be pulse disruption. So certain electronic waves and pulse waves will stun them. Meanwhile, biological creatures could probably try to tank out the electronic, stun. Meanwhile, you're just automatically stunned because that's disrupting your technology.
Yeah, it's fucking with your wiring and batteries and
Yeah,
shit.
so how does that look as an android? Pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it.
Okay, any, critiques?
No, about the same stats as a human would have, or whatever race they're emulating. And then they don't get tired. They have to charge up instead of sleeping. And then, yeah, if they get hit by lightning, that just sucks.
Yep. And then the training in the background will be, like, your extra skills. Like, oh, you were made as a model to be military, or maid, or, stuff like that. So this is what your training is. That's where that's gonna go.
I'm gonna make my bobob.
Bobob, beep boop. And when the character sheet is completely finished, I will be throwing it at whoever wants to join.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm making sure all of my stats are correct. For now, though, I'm gonna keep working on traits.
Okay, say later. Goodbye.
Oh, okay, goodbye. I miss you.
I'm just messing with you.
I miss you. I miss you. Sure, let's go. Thank you for the pet. Ow, ow.
Pet.
Pet.
Okay. I have an itch. Okay, I have to remember all the different stuff for my races. Off to work, you goobers. Have fun with the World Building Wednesday.
I will, thanks.
Oh, goodbye.
Okay, yeah, I'll work on training next as well, because, like I said, backgrounds are gonna take a minute. Because each
Right.
species has like 3 or 4 backgrounds. And that's a lot of backgrounds.
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna worry about that. Training is a lot more universal. Training is like, oh yeah, I trained to fly, I trained to fight, I trained to heal, I trained for herbal stuff, you know, shit like that. Oof. Okay, I am not sure what to do for the Syrians yet. Ella. Oh, right, I cannot see the Zadans. Let me go over here. There we go. Hehe, gobbles. I think I might do the Gobles next. Just because I have to think about the Syrians, and I know what I want to do with the Gobles. Gobeling. Their Vit. It's a little smaller. Trying to think here. I don't want these guys getting nuked. But they are very small. So I'm gonna make 8 and 4 the average, 6 and 3 the small, and then 10 and 5 like
Barg.
bigger, yeah. And very rarely will you get the elusive like 12 and 6.
Right.
But those creatures will probably have drawbacks.
Yeah. Being lumbering fucks.
These guys are also very quick, I feel like. Oh right, they would have like good vision. Trying to remember what it's called. I don't want to call it dark vision because that's not correct. They have lights basically coming off of their eyes, and they use that to see, as well as you know what? I'm gonna go stare at the underlings and remember what I called it, because I don't remember. I called it Cavern Sight. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna take that.
Was there anything else I need to be here for? Or was that pretty much it?
Well, I wanted to ask what else you wanted to do.
Well, I don't know. You're just like, hey, come and talk about this one turtle.
Turtle! Well, because what kind of training would they have?
Combat and basically like bodyguard training.
Okay, so let me go look at my social classes, because I'm changing the way the social classes work.
Right.
But they're not going to be quote-unquote social classes anymore. It's just going to be what training you've undertaken, and your background will be like your social class, sort of, to kind of like let you see, oh, this is my combination of bullshit.
Right.
Okay. So, what kind of background did you say you wanted your little guy to have?
Bodyguard slash like combat machine.
Okay, let's scoot over here. I'm gonna give myself some room. There we go. Okay, so I feel like a background would be something like factory made. Unless something specifically made him.
What do you mean?
Androids are made en masse and then sold.
Well, right.
That would be the background, technically. It's like, yeah, I wasn't raised by anyone. I was sort of made in a
Yeah.
in a machine-based factory, you know. So, was he made specifically just for this job, and that's it?
But he is still existing.
Well, yeah. But he was created for a purpose.
Yeah.
For labor and a purpose. And then he was downloaded with, hey, learn how to do this. So your training would be military and security. There we go. How old is he, by the way?
He was taken off the presses. So about 5 years ago is when he fucked up his job, and before that, he was pretty freshly made.
So he was printed and then a year later fucked up, is what you're telling me?
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need to be giving robots your big, important jobs.
Yeah. Don't worry, Atlas doesn't care about that. They're just here to cut corners.
Oh, I figured.
In fact, they would probably take a robot that's been lightly used and kind of fucked up. And they're like, eh, fuck it.
Ow. Hey!
Smack you in the head.
I'm gonna cry. Mm.
Hit me with an acorn. So yeah, he's about 5 years old. That means he's also outdated, which means they could get him for even cheaper.
Yeah.
So that he was a one-time buy, I'm sure. Because remember, Atlas isn't allowed to have a certain amount of android labor in their forces because of laws now, because people were like, hey man, you can't just outsource all of your shit to androids, and they're like,
Right.
fucking fine, you know, like, otherwise people will lose their fucking jobs. So they settled on a 10% policy where they're like, fine, we'll only hire 10% of these, and they will be there to help you with your stuff. They're not gonna take the important jobs, they'll just take the jobs you don't want. So that's I'm being whiny and facetious because I'm making fun of Atlas.
Right.
So that's why he was probably brought on.
Right.
He's the free labor force that they're giving to their
wonderful human employees.
or humanoid employees, I should say. So it would make sense that they'd want to cut costs and get a android that's not necessarily the most expensive, because if he has this track record, he would be sold for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Do you know how he fucked up, or is that a to be determined sort of thing?
That's kind of a to be determined story beat.
Okay. Ugh. And I already have some ideas on who his previous owners were, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Unless you have...
I'm just, you can deal with that.
Okay. So yeah, his background would be factory made, and then his training would be for security / combat.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I'm gonna keep that here, so that I will have it ready for when I eventually write this shit out. Poor little guy. So in terms of military and security, let me go to my military stuff here. How do I... Hold on, I'm struggling here. Here it is. Okay. I need to find out how to, like, tab in. It was not letting me. Okay, and, do you want to go over what the name that he has means, technically?
Sure.
Because I know he would be a MM.07.
Sure.
which means military Mark 7. 7 is just the model number. He's old now. I feel like they're on like model 9,
Right.
model 8 or 9. So he's old busted.
A couple generations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so his model name or his model number is C147E.
And that's for combat.
Yeah.
And then you said 147E.
Yeah.
And you said that each number, those are just like his designations.
Correct. And he was in he is the 5th of 9 different members, ranging from A to E to I, or A to I. He was the 5th.
Okay. What does the number mean?
What's that?
You said the letter is the like squadron basically that he was in.
He was basically the 5th of 9.
Mm-hmm. So what would the number indicate?
The number would indicate the factory he came from.
Oh.
Which is a kind of, militaristic super soldier platform.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'll save it. So I will keep that in mind whenever I start working on Android stuff. Teehee. Squishes my face. Hee Alright, anything else?
He's this guy. He over the years has been he basically has a memory chip fracture in his head after his failed mission, which causes him to kind of go back to factory settings every once in a while.
Oh no.
Because I imagine there are some more advanced kind of androids and stuff here where they can have like emotions almost, or like some kind of sentience, and it kind of skips him back as he starts to adapt more, and once it kind of overflows his memory, it kind of zaps him back to where he's got to be.
Okay. He's like, whoa, okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Also, the point system, the attribute system, is going to be the same across the board. I'm not going to do the whole, oh, if you're a race, you'll have more knowledge.
Of this.
It's like, you can be just as stupid from a hunter-gatherer society. Shit like that. It
Yeah.
just has to do with the specifics of what you know.
Right.
So, I'm going to leave all that for that. Should I? I'm also tempted to give him something called self-diagnosis.
Okay.
Where he can just straight up tell you what's wrong with him.
Right. Because I can kind of run diagnostics on himself.
So I think I might add that to the traits. I got Castlevania music going. So let me do that. Now, you can't heal yourself, but you can definitely, make it easier on the person repairing you.
Right.
There we go. Alright. I say, for now, your little guy is done, and I will figure out more for us later.
Right. Okay.
And then when the sheet is done, I will throw it at you. Thank you for the sip, medic, and the pit. And the save. I will save. No, don't die.
Well, goodbye. But
No. Alright, I'm gonna work on my little gobles. and they can see. They're real good. Did I miss Yakastel punching everyone again? No?
What?
Not this time.
You were there.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron was all bloody.
Lavash almost killed Yakastel.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. He'll murder him. Don't touch his brother. He'll kill you. Alrighty, where is my website? Alright, let's go stare at my underlings so that I can get the list again. Age, height, weight. Oh, that's right. I should probably add that too. At some point. Nah, it's fine. Alright, so they get cavern sight, which means they can see in complete darkness. Up to 50 feet. Because they are little goblins, little cave goblins. It's great.
Google.
The
Google gabbles.
Yeah, the Google Gobbles. It's great. They can also... They also have illuminated eyes. Gobbles. Yeah, gobbles. They can cast a cone of light in front of themselves by 10 feet. What else?
Yeah, they have built-in flashlight eyeballs.
Yeah, look at those little eyeballs. Those glow. Those are glowing. I'm also going to take a bit from the gobles as well. Oh my god, bearer! Yeah, that was a roar.
Cecil Schweebe's in his bed.
I want to look. Oh, him Schweebies. Oh, I want to pet him, but he's so Schweeby. Y'all, Cecil Schweeby. Low frequency distant roar. Yeah, basically. Cecil Schweebing in his bed. I want to basically give these guys the zoomies. I think I'm gonna give these guys the zoomies.
Sure.
I think I'll make it once a day. Once a day seems to be better. There we go. So once a day, when in an encounter, they can double their movement speed for a round. So if they go 35 feet, suddenly this fucking bunny shit is hitting like 70. They are fast motherfuckers. Here with me, heart, sit on booty, and saucy wenches of all adventures.
Yours.
Understood, Taki. Although today we're in space, so the saucy wenches will be in a space brothel. Probably some sort of like satellite restaurant that floats around the moon in a seedy part of the galaxy arm, the galactic arm. All right. So these guys probably have a really shit trait too, because they're so fucking small. They're not that strong. They can't lift like certain weapons. I'll be a space pirate. Hell yeah, pirate. Let's go. I fucking love space pirates. That's basically what the Orcrin are. Not necessarily pirates, they're more like Vikings. The Orcrin are like boar riding space Vikings, and I love them. Space! Yeah, medic. This is space. This is space themed. They're all based off of aliens and stuff. It's great.
Alien.
Aliens. Sorry, this music's just really good and I have to jam out to it a little.
Good.
Alright, so they can see in the dark. Their eyes can offer a little bit of light. And they're fast as fuck boy. They can just, they can zoomies for a bit. So traders, explorers, warriors, and occasional pillagers. Yeah. And also, they're going to hold you up. They're going to raid your ships. They're going to board your ship and take your shit sometimes.
They're gonna eat your bones.
It's not too often, but they'll do it. And that's because the Orcrin come from a planet that was taken over by another species of alien. And they're like, hey man, what the fuck? And so, as a fuck you, they learned their technology, stole the ships of the people that took their planet, and now they're flying around in those ships, taking other old tech and using it against people to steal their shit. Because they're like, fuck you, we don't have a home anymore. We might as well make the most of this. Do they have the ability to breathe supercharged plasma? No. No, I'm sorry. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna have it to where these guys are not that strong. I'm just gonna call it short arms for now. They can't carry much. Heavy weighted weapons are not something they can wear. Heavy weapons and long weapons. Basically big ass weapons they can't handle. And they can't carry shit either. So they can't carry it. There we go. Except maybe then I have no problems. Except maybe clean up of radiated ashes. Stares at. Alright, so those are my goals. I love them. Don't really know what I can do for the Orcrin yet. The Proxians I can cover already. And the Proxians are pretty big. But they're not that thick. I feel like they'd be 8.
8-4?
I'm thinking of making them 8-4. Humans are 8-4. If that
Yeah.
helps. So I might...
So, they can also be 8-4.
Yeah, I'm thinking of making them 8-4. And they have echolocation.
What the fuck? I'm on the floor. Ow, 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 ow.
Medic, why do you always have to call out my feet? You were the foot tuber. Lilin Medic has taken your crown. I feel like this is something you don't mind. Why are you always showing him? Because Lillian's always throwing me. Ah, thank you, Taki.
I'm little.
Medic can have the crown. Bear. I can also hold my tablet now, too. And y'all guys can watch me jam out to the music. Can't be a foot tuber if I'm not a tuber. Then you're just a foot.
That's so mean.
Medic's the one that keeps pointing out my feet. So these guys can see with echolocation, which means invisibility doesn't work on them. They can just see you with hearing. The one good foot. Beware the foot of Gork. I have an itch, hold on. I'm good. Okay, we're good, we're good. There we go. So yeah, if you're invisible, they can see you. However, they cannot see past a certain point if their echolocation does not bounce off of something, and they can't see color. So that's also part of the drawback of their echolocation. So I'm gonna put colorblind and limited. If that's the case, I might make their VIT 10 and 5, just to make them a little tankier. Because of how drawbacky their echolocation is.
Right.
So yeah, the drawback is blind.
God. I've been sitting on Clay as a character since 2016.
Jeez. It's your boy, though. You got him.
Yeah,
You're gonna do it.
I've been wanting to actually play him forever.
I'm glad I can do it. Don't listen to me in that tone of voice. Poor Mebinko. Oh, I was thirsty. But yeah, these guys are blind, which means they can only see what their echolocation shows them. But they're strong. I also feel like those claws could come in handy. So if they were to lose their weapon, they still have their claws.
Backup weapon.
Yeah, they probably do 2-4. Because there's 2 hands. But they only really use them if they are unhanded.
Right.
So, there you go. My resolution got wonky and I thought the bunny ears were smoke plumes. I see what you mean now.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
guys, I'm smoking. Ah.
His brain's on fire.
Yeah. My brain would be on fire. Look how cute these little bunny ears are, though. I fucking love them. Wing wing. Too hot. Hot damn. Got a police and a fireman. I might give them prehensile tail. Which I will say, a few of these races will have overlapping traits. If you have a tail, you're probably going to have the prehensile tail trait.
Fair.
Desmond, when we want, he's right here. Oh, Desmond, when we want. Yeah.
Just head smoking.
What about post-tensile? No. Only pre.
I'm gonna break.
Dude. I'm gonna pre. Babe, are you ready for Friday?
I'm ready. Are you? You haven't even
I have
fucking
it downloaded.
it yet. Oh, you did?
I think so. I'll check. Me when Blippy. Y'all are so gay. I need a kiss emote with Weemon, but it needs to be two versions. One where we're just sloppy making out, and then one where it's like two, but you put them together. And I think that'd be adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I've been so excited for Friday. Same! Although I was talking about Dark Souls 3. Me and Weemon are going to be playing Dark Souls 3 on stream.
Vandal.
And Vandal, but also Dark Souls 3.
We get to continue our adventure through Holdout Forest.
Yeah, we need to stop kidnapping children.
Whoa.
More like Dork Souls, got him, got him. Can grab things with tail. So there we go, prehensile tail. Okay, so this is what I mean by I want the traits to be biological. I ain't doing anything for the creatures that where it's like, because you're a cave cat, you know a lot about stone. It's like, if you've lived in a cave, you know a lot about stone. But as a cave cat, you might not have been raised in one. It just depends. So that's why knowing a lot about like a certain stonework would be considered a cultural skill, not a racial trait. That's because racial traits are supposed to be inherently biological as far as I'm concerned. Another cat hairball towards D&D. I'm not at work. I think I should dedicate time today to edit my video and finally fucking post it. Do it! You got this. Me when I know rocks. I was born in a cave and therefore I know what graphite is. Me, I know what rocks are because I was born there. Okay, what other creature? Ooh, I would love to do the avians. The avians are great. So, for certain species, I'm gonna have it to where depending on your sex also depends on your trait. Because some of them... Oh, where you going? You better not be sleeping, motherfucker. Oh, I know it's rainy. I know you're getting all nappy, but you are not allowed to nap, motherfucker. I told you, we're not allowed to go to bed until 10 p.m. Yeah, pop your leg out all you want, motherfucker. Guys, Leon's laying in bed. Don't let him sleep. Pester him. Everyone go yell at him in his DMs and keep him awake. Oh, he's so skeezy. Cecil's fucking out, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of groggy and rainy today. He eebies and neebies to sleepy. Okay, but I don't care how eepy he is. The boy went to bed at fucking 7 yesterday, 7 p.m. No, and he made me nap too. I was like, ooh, the bed looks comfy. Let's hang out. And then we fucking napped. We napped for like, I got 3 or 4 hours, and it was like, And then he went to bed for a couple more hours and woke up at like fucking 4 in the morning. Nah, the bitch needs to stay awake at least until 10 p.m. Right? 10 p.m., babe? That way, we can have a correct schedule and not be waking up at 4 in the morning. Because if he gets sleepy right now, he ain't gonna be up for Vandal Friday because his schedule's gonna be fucked. So if you want Friday to happen, keep him awake. Anyway, I'm done yelling about my husband. But yeah, I want different sexes to have different traits as well. Like, for instance, the burbs. These birds, the racial trait, depending on the sex that you've chosen. If you are AFAB, you will have camouflage. You will have something called natural camouflage, which lets you hide in stuff that's your feather color. If you're a male classified individual, you will probably have some sort of like distraction tactic. Okay, but can you stop traits by being trans, though? Yes. This has to do with, like, your biological sex, not your gender. If I'm a trans dude bird, I still have camouflage. If you're a trans lady bird, you're gonna have, like, flamboyant or whatever. Meh. What is fucking with me? Feels like there's something on my arm, like some sort of, like, hair or web or something, but I cannot for the life of me figure out where it is. Okay, I think I found it. Get out of here. It's me, sorry. How dare you? Stop tickling me. But yeah, so for instance, the Drovens, if you are AMAB, you will have big old feelers on the top of your head. If you're AFAB, you will have tiny feelers on the top of your head. Tickles you, tickles you, tickles you. No, no, no. No. Meanwhile, races that don't have a whole lot of sexual dimorphism, like humans, Syrians, Zedans even less so. Zedans are hermaphroditic. They... Oh, hello? Squats. Do them in front of Leon to keep him awake. You know what? Understood. I will do that. Let's do it. Hey babe, what are you doing? Babe! You better not be asleep already. Yeah, that's right. Cutie. Better stay awake, motherfucker. He said, go. He was pretending to sleep. Motherfucker. Alrighty. 1, 2. Oh, you can't see me. 3, 4, 5. Whew. Okay, Ben. 6. Oh, 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. And 20. No, I know it will get him. Hey, babe. Shake my booty at him. I don't care how rainy it is. You are not allowed to fall asleep yet. It's noon, motherfucker! No, it's not sleepy time. It's motherfucking lunchtime. Doesn't be like, I got you, Blue. I'm about to fight this guy. I'm about to fight him. Whoa! Ow! Cecil! Mean! Ow! That's mean! He bit me! Real hard! I tried to pet him, and Cecil went fucking aggression mode on me. I thought Leon had bit me. No, see, I'd be making different noises if he bit me. Since it was Cecil, it's just pure ow, ow, ow. Okay. Yeah, so the humanoid races, they share the exact same traits between sexes. So these guys... I think the Syrians have a compromised immune system, now that I'm thinking about it. Gobelings and the Orkran. The Proxians as well. I'm gonna come up with the races that have different traits per sex. So the Avians would. Nautiloids would not. They have the exact same sexual dimorphism, pretty much. Why do I smell lemon? Am I okay? I smell lemon, and I don't know why. It's very, very faint. Am I stupid? Are there lemon-stealing whores? There could be. Maybe. Bro, I want lemon heads now. Lemon. Ah, buddy, the lemon goblin. Ah, buddy, the lemon goblin. Okay, so the Drovens kind of have differing sexual dimorphism. They're also thick as fuck. The Tauramians do too. And it's mostly just their forehead. Granted, ladies could also crack your fucking skull open. I don't think Tauramians would have too much of a difference in their sexual dimorphism. Because see, the males have a big head crest and the females have a small head crest. But they're just as hard. The males just use them kind of like how ram horns use theirs, back before they became like super, what's the word? Sapient. Back when they became sapient creatures. But the females still have one. And it still fucking hurts if they beat you over the head with it. And they can go toe-to-toe with their males. It's not like the bigger ones make them, like, more good. It's a sexual display that the males have. But that doesn't mean the females can't use theirs. So I think Tauramians, they don't really have any, like, differing sexual dimorphism traits. Now, these guys do. I guess I could write down the Saurians. And the Saurians are not high vitality, they are average vitality. So 8 and 4. And the only reason they do is because males have frills on the top of their head, as once again, it's a mating display, just like how the Drovens have it and how the Tauramians have it. Now, where the Drovens, it makes a difference because the males can make really big flashes. Females cannot do that. Their light is soft, low-lighted, and can only really be registered by babies. By their babies, specifically. So, the way the Drovens work is that the females use their stuff to be very subtle and call their babies to them with, like, soft blinks, and then the males show up, scream at you, and then flash your face off. So that's why I included them as differing sexual dimorphism. Meanwhile, the Tauramians, yes, the male's head crest is bigger, but in the terms of functionality, their foreheads do the exact same fucking thing. I also scream and flash people, but only the ones I like. Nice. Is that why you flashed Leon at least twice this week? So far. I knew it. We won it. Yee. Nice. Win. Alright, so the Saurians, yeah, I would consider that sexual dimorphism enough. They can use the frills. I wasn't eyes open. The frills can be used as a sexual display to, once again, scare away predators, all that shit. That's what I'm basing these guys off of. So, they can threat posture. Now, the Sasani, they pretty much are identical. The females are a little taller than the males, but they're also a lot more slender. Their hoods don't really matter in terms of, like, threat posture. Yes, threat displays used to happen more often, but this doesn't do anything for them biologically anymore. So. And then the Drakkar. This is a very big example of sexual dimorphism. And they have the rare and coveted 12 and 6 Vit. Because they be fucking thick. They are thick motherfuckers. So if you were to play a female Drakkar, you would not have wings. Female Drakkar are not born with wings. Males are. That is a part of their I guess I wouldn't call it threat posturing so much as it's a sexual display to show that they can wing it. Yeah, pretty much. So if you were a Drakkar and you pick a female, you are not getting the flight trait. You will be getting a separate trait. So that is what I mean by that. Now, mantises, they do the same exact thing. I'm not going to pull up the spiders because medic will cry. The Kobesh, they are the exact same thing. The Prometheans do the exact same thing. Now, unlike the Drakkar, where I put wings on the male but not the female, for the Drakkar, it's because the males just have wings and the females don't. For the moths, I just didn't have enough room for the females to have wings. But rest assured, they both have wings. Transmass dragon with artificial wings. I could see that. That'd be cute. Write that down, write that down! Okay, so these are the 4 that I need to really worry about making different traits depending on their sex. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And yeah, the Drakkar are thick. Now, what sort of traits would they have together? They do have beaks. They could probably peck you pretty hard. Poor Amphibian. No flight allowed. No flight allowed. Not allowed to fly. Cecil, are we cool now? Can I pet you gentle? My little man. Oh. He's letting me pet he. His tail's flicking a little though, so I need to count my blessings and be careful. There we go. I was very careful with my petting. Oh, where'd it go? There I am. It picked up on me being... I can't fly either. You're an Amphibian now. Oh. Dude, I love your dragons, babe. They're really cool. In fact, me making Lavash a dragon from your world, made me a scaly. Slightly, I think. It made me appreciate dragons as monsters a bit more. I like monsters in general, but I now appreciate them even more as dragons. Xbox record that. No. Chat clip that. No. Lilin, you are chat. My brother in Christ, you can do the clips. Alrighty, so avians. I feel like they would have a pretty mean peck. Jarvis uploads to my next cringe compilation. Jarvis, what the fuck? Are you guys, like, on the fucking same wavelength here? Chat, are we chat? Chat, are you guys chat? My nose is just... Okay, I'm good. My nose is still slightly irritated from when I was sneezing really hard earlier. Okay. Yeah, they would probably have some sort of peck. And because they have feathers, they might have some sort of gliding. Ah, yes, thank you, Lilith. Chat, is this real? Nar. Babe. Why are you giggling? Babe. He's pretending to sleep, the little bastard. He's saying, honk, shoo, me, 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 me. Y'all, I'm about to go fight him.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I'ma be right back. I'ma be right back. Deed is done. What deed? You'll never know. He might be dead. Or he might have just made the bed really, really friggin' comfy, and I laid down there, and I was like, oh no, I have to get up, or I'm gonna fall asleep. y'all would have a skeegy little streamer. The little bat would have been sleeping in the bed. It's not my fault, it's rainy. Be right back, scream for 3 hours? Yeah, 3 hours of me taking a nap. And then I come back 3 hours later, I'm like, oh shit, I'm still streaming, hey guys! I'm back. I miss Desmond, I'm right here. I'm gonna cry. Alright, so I feel like these guys have a mean peck. They can also glide because of their feathers, but they can't outwardly fly. Because their feathers are more vestigial than that. I feel like it acts more like a glider than anything else. Where did Leon Newberryan go? I ate him. He got what he deserved. Don't pretend to snore. He's pretending to snonk. Desmond the Scalies and Vort. No. You ate the entire bear? Yeah. Not clickbait? No. No. Vor upsets me greatly. I cannot. Like, if I were to kink shame anything, it would be Vor. It's like that. Doing that is for sustenance only. Please do not eat people. That is gross. And I will never understand the kink. I will kink shame you if you have a Vor fetish. I will also kink shame you if you have an inflation fetish, but but what about eating someone for fun? No. As a treat, no. Kink shamed. Yeah, I'm here to shame you. I'm gonna ring the bell of shame. Shame. Anyway. I mean, be into what you want, I guess, but don't drag me into it. Bird. Yeah, my birds. I have birds. Damn, I'm 0 for 3 on kinks. Yeah, you can't have feet, you can't have inflation, you can't have war. Sorry, Lilin. Get out of here. What if they're into being shamed? Shit! I think I'm just a degenerate. No, you're not. Well, okay, you are, but you're the fun kind, you know? You're into short stacks and black lipstick. Like, that's just peak. Meanwhile, Vor is just straight up gross. Like, I can't. That's all I'm saying. I can't. Yeah, salami out here. See, I won't shame you per se, I'll just be like, ew. Ew, why would you do that? There we go. Opening of Desmond Beacon to request soft war art. That's a part of my policy, actually. I actually made that a fucking thing. Let me go to my forms and my policies. Policy. I will not draw extreme or harmful fetish material, scat, inflation, assault, etc. I include Vor in that. I will not draw mechas or overly complicated mechanical pieces. I will not draw minors or animals in illegal or compromising situations. I think that's fucking fair. No, Leland, wake up! But yeah, no. Vor is a part of the extreme fetish group. So you won't draw me eating Blippi? Shit, that made my head. Nor. Unless it's funny. But otherwise, nor.
Oof! Leon!
I'm like a combat horse. He throws stuff at me. Is it? What is that? Is that a little pig?
It's LeChunk!
What a cutie. That's a piggo. Yeah, it's LeChonk. I love him. Blah. You're all ornery. you're all grabbing up the fucking acorns from outside. You're hawking them at me. That's what happens for planting an oak tree. Medic! We want no honkshoe! Wake up! He's in bed saying honkshoe. Honkshoe, me, me, me. Ah. Medic! Were any of those rupees at all, or have you just been finding acorns? Oh my god, I think they're all acorns. I have not heard a single rupee. Oh no. Okay, whatever. Medic, please. Also, thank you for the 4, 8, and 16 biddies, and the 1 and the 2. Wait! Stop honkshoe! I think they are all acorns. Did my rupees break? Help! Help me! I'm being acorned to death. Thank you for the 99 biddies, mama. And thank you for 37 biddies, mama. Thank you for beating me up with acorns. I need to go check my Vignon soon. Because now I'm worried that some of my stuff isn't working anymore. But I mean, you can still whack me to death with acorns. It's fine. We won. I'm gonna go over there and smack your ass. No, better. I'm gonna go over there. You know what? I'm gonna mute for this. There, I threatened him. And he's saying, no, you can't, don't do it. So he knows what I'm gonna do to him. He knows he's in trouble if he falls asleep. I will enact. I will enact, is all I'm gonna say. So they have a 1-die-4 beak peck. They can peck the shit out of you. Like that. Can't remove my grundle piece in a way that matters. Yeah, get that guy! I'm gonna get him. Ooh, I'm gonna get him. I can try. Oh no. Where one is destroyed, 2 more will flow. Oh no! Also, that's not what I was threatening. I was threatening something more intimate and, terrifying for him. Hydritic penis. No! The guild has authorized the hunt! Y'all... No more grundle, no more penis, just 1 please, thank you. The guild has authorized this hunt. Okay, so these guys can glide down from great heights and not hurt themselves. They can just jump off of buildings and just whee! Just glide on down. And then if you are female, you get the trait camouflage. You can blend into certain stuff. You can blend into certain environments, depending on your color. But your color lets you basically just blend in with everything. And then if you're a male, you stand out. There we go. Yandere knife that does +2 chance to carving bears for materials. Whoa. You heard medic, Weewan. You better get carved up. Oh, did Cecil lay in bed with you? He is all up on Weewan, and it's very cute. Oh, wait a minute. Call that Yandere. Cute. Alrighty, so I need to come up with negative traits for these guys, but I will do that later. Right now I'm just working on the different sexes. Okay, so Droven's big forearms. Can grab twice as much. And this does include weapons as well. They can carry a bunch of crazy-ass weapons. Hollow bone pigeon, take more bludgeoning. Yeah, probably. I was thinking of something to do like that, like hollow bones. What if I asked him to join a VC to get some more thoughts for Vandal? That's up to you. He's in bed and he just went, Hakshu, me. Babe, what if Blippi needs help? He's trying to get up. Yeah, what if we both did that? For secret evil plans. Come on, babe, get up. Oh, Cecil. Cecil's also in the bed being a skeegy little guy. They're both just laying there like it's a lazy little Sunday. I know, I love the kitty too. Hi, kitty. He's a little cat. Alright. I was in the VC right now. Oh, did y'all see Desmond collapse backwards? Yeah, I did. I always collapse. Sudden sit-ups. Babe, you sound like death. Are you okay? Rain, he croaks. Rain. The rain is making me tired. Babe, it's okay. You're so cute. Now hurry, you have to join the VC. If Blippi's all alone, you're gonna make them sad. Rain. Yeah, no, Rain knocks his dumb ass out. It's not raining right this second. No, I'm looking out the window. It's not raining. Oh, he left. I'm so sad. I guess I will leave the VC for Neil. I want to call them nerds. Hold on, give me a second. Nerds!
Yeah, what about you, you fucking loser?
There we go. I just wanted to pop in and say hi to them real quick. Rain knocks me out. Rain also knocks me the fuck out. Yeah, that's why I'm like kind of hazy and like kind of droll right now. I'm like, rain. Oh, it's the pre-rain like energy that's happening right now. It's cloudy. It's muggy. It's like tired. So we're both like, bleh, schneeby. I need to turn this down. Let me do that. Here we go. Pre-rain. Prain. Yeah, pretty much. Dude, I'm gonna pre-rain. But yeah, it's not quite raining yet. But, it's cloudy, it's muggy, the air is heavy. It's real hard not to fall sleepy. Y'all wanna just have a POV Desmond fell asleep while streaming? Pain! Oh. Alright, I'm gonna try and wake myself up here. High myself up. Okay. I'm a little better now. Stretchy and squeaky. Okay. Alright, let me do some stretchies. Oh, that was a really good stretch. Ooh. Okay. I think I'm a little more awake. I stretched. I eeked. I'm yawning. It's fine. Oh, right. I also wanted to show something off before I leave today, but that's not for a little bit longer. Alright, so my Droven, they have 4 arms, they have prehensile tail, again. Grab stuff with tail. What else? They can also run real fast. Run real fast. I'm just gonna write that down. So, those are going to be the traits for them. Now, they are going to have a lot of drawbacks because of how many traits they have. Instead of having just 1 drawback, I think I'll give them 2. Okay, so if female, they will have low light glow. And if male, they have flash. So flash is a stun. Low light glow is a gentle light. And I feel like it might be some sort of lure. There we go. And then I'll give them their bad trait. But for now, like I said, I'm not worrying about that. Now Saurians. I can't really see the... I can't really see the feelers doing anything special. I guess it could act as a taunt. So, I'm gonna let these guys have prehensile tail again. That's going to be a pretty common trait, I think. The prehensile tail is like the dark vision of my world. You know how like almost every race has dark vision, even though dark vision is supposed to be rare? That's gonna be here, prehensile tail. And then they will have tough scales. And then males... what will I give females? I'm trying to think of a unique trait for the females. I know their feathers are going to be softer. See, this is the thing. I want the females and the males to have their own separate traits. I don't want it to be like, oh, if you're a male, you'll get this, and if you're a female, you get... nothing. It's like, oh, come on, guys. Come on, me, you know?
It's still gonna be tough, but it's definitely a show.
Contemplation. Because if I can't think of a difference for a female that would help where the males also helps, there's no point in adding the male version. I will think about it. Maybe the females are stronger than the males, like, just straight up. Like, they have tough scales too or something. Tougher scales, you know, like, maybe they're even thicker.
So basically, as you
For now, I'll add frills that it can intimidate. There we go. Because the frills are an intimidation tactic. But I'll have to look up what the females can do. I could give them some sort of, like, speed buff. But they have the same feet as the males. I'll figure it out. As far as the Drakkar, though, they are the ones that are the most different. They have huge vit. Ferocious. They are scary as fuck. Most races find them very intimidating and creepy. They also have a tail. Their tail is also serrated. And it can do damage. And then the male versus female. I know for the females, they are thick. Instead of Vit 12 and 6, they get a Vit of 14 and 7. They are huge. Males, however, can flight. And I'll come up with the, like, logistics of flying. For a certain amount of time. I don't want them to fly forever. There we go. So, I think this is all good? I can't think of any other races that would need sexual trait differences. Yeah, I think it's all good. So that's what I'm going to start doing for species traits. So I'm going to start working on training real quick. Oh, hold on. Okay, so let me go look at my stuff again. There we go. Alright, so in Eldred Classic, this was once called Social Classes, but I'm changing that. I don't want it to be called Social Classes anymore. It's just going to be your training and your background. Background I'll worry about later, but training has to do with... Let's see. I am going to copy sort of what my social classes are, though, for this. So, for instance, if you are a military from my social class, here your training will just straight up be military. And then if you choose military, you can choose a skill tree that lets you go through different traits. Like, for instance, you're like, oh, I'm military, but I'm retired. Or, I'm military and I'm freelance. Or, I'm military and I'm working for these people specifically. You will get to choose exactly what sort of military or security you're doing. I'll have military and security the same thing. And mercenary. Those are all kind of in the same ballpark. There's also going to be a scientific unit. So you could be a scientist. And that would be like a healer, a navigator maybe? No, navigator should be its own thing. So you'd be a healer, a researcher, some sort of data person. You're some sort of college researcher. What else? Hold on. I need to look for something. I swear I wrote it down. Ow. Did I save it here? Maybe? What about here? No. I don't know where I saved it, but that's okay, I guess. Unless, hold on. No. 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 Don't mind me, I'm just looking for notes that I took. I don't remember what the notes are. I'm actually gonna do this so that I can start opening stuff, and if I'm scared about what it could be, I'm safe. Okay, where is my game? Eldrick. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Man, no. Ooh! This? Did I find it? Did I find it? No. Damn it! No, I didn't find it. Okay, so we're just gonna have to re-roll this check. Does been checking for unauthorized PNORs. I am! I don't want to get PNOR'd on accident. That's gay! Oh wait, maybe it's this. It's here! I found it. Okay, so I have found the stuff that I wanted. Don't need this. So yeah, we have military, science, I think science and medical should be different, maybe? Yeah, I think I'll make science different from medical. There we go. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Because the way I used to have this... I don't need it... Okay, so obviously we'll need navigation. That's your pilot. That's your star reader. Stuff like that. Oh, I got hair on me. Get out of here. Security, obviously. Military. Mercenary. I'm trying to think of like what the ship would need from most to least important. I don't think, well, security is obviously important, but you would also need technology and engineering. Basically, you're the mechanic. There we go. And so we got navigating for running the ship. We have engineering for making sure the ship doesn't fucking break. We have security for protecting the ship. And then we have tertiary stuff for what the ship is going to be. Whether you are a cruiser, a delivery, military unit, medical unit, that is technically secondary compared to these guys. These are the most needed. So, engineering, custodial, I'll worry about that.
So paladins, they get 2 rank.
I'll add medical as next important. Also, I'll add botany to this. Because you need a motherfucker in that ship making sure they can grow and sustain certain foods. Foods that you cannot print. And then after that, science and research. So these would be the different fields that would be found on the ship, I believe. So security, science, research, medical, tech, engineering, custodian. Okay, cool. So custodian is just like people who are on the ship to help. They're the cleaners. And they're usually probably going to be bots, like androids. There we go. Okay, I will worry about this later, because I don't need to worry about it. These are all the races that I've already drawn. This is how I'm gonna label things out. Okay.
I don't need this anymore. Get out of here.
Alright, is there anything else I would need? I guess after this, we could have some sort of guest list. Come on. So the way this was aristocrat. And I could change this to some sort of diplomat or CEO. A representative. And any of this could be potential things that your characters could be. I think that'd be fun. Then I have clergymen. Clergymen... Clergymen were the healers, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Military. I already have those written down. Scholar, that's the security, no, what is it? Science research scholar. So scholar would be up there. So they are already up there. Artisans! That's right, artisans. Now, artisans... Those are technically your engineers. And your mechanics, they're your lay people that are helping to work that stuff. But also, you could have people that are gear repair. Let's see. You provide very tangible things that others need. Clothing, food, protection, and weapons. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm trying to think of, like, what someone on a ship would be. Oh, merchants, maybe? Like, if you were selling stuff? Crafts? Because that shit still is in space. Entertainer. That depends. You could have some sort of troupe, maybe. Nah. Actually, I won't have this. No music allowed on Atlas.
But the clarion call makes it to the enemy or the ally can to take an action. Either cast it.
Because anyone can just play music on the radio. People who make actual music... unless... Hold up. Hold on. Okay, there we go. What if you were escorting someone like this? Alright, urchin. No. Urchins are like... Urchin isn't a training thing. It's more like a job you chose to pick. Oh, wait, smugglers. I lied. Smugglers are good. Not gambling, though. Smugglers. Fencers. Raiders. Yeah. Outlander. Now this is the only one I really don't think I could work with. They're like scouts. Well, I guess scout. Thank you for the sip, medic. But scouts wouldn't have to do with anything specific. I'm gonna get a little... Ooh, yummy water. Alright, so Outlanders are out in the wilds. They're border patrol. And that seems to just be, like, standard stuff. So, yes, Sterling? I love you. So I'm just gonna say Scout and Border Patrol for now. And see if I can't combine some of these. Because obviously Border Patrol is going to be a part of security. So I'm gonna figure out how to, like, click all these together. Oh! Alright, now I can tab back into here and not worry about that. Well, it's so bright. My character sheet is so bright, help. My face. There we go. Okay, so these are going to be the different training things that we're going to have, and I need to figure out what path you can go down. So we're going to pick out colors and figure out the different traits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can do this. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, come on, line up. There we go. I know there's a way to line all this up here. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so what does it go to? 360, so 90? Maybe, yeah, 90. 180. What's after 180? 90, 180, something 360. Right? No, 0, 90, 180, 270? Would it be 270? I'm trying to get the Homestuck colors. Don't mind me. Because I want 6 colors. Do I do it by 60 instead? Maybe? Maybe 30? Fuck it, let's just do this for now. 60. So what would it be for 30? This kind of orange. So 90 or 60 would go to 90. 90. 120. Those of you wondering what I'm doing, I'm figuring out the different colors so that I can pick them. 150. And I believe these are Homestuck colors. And the reason I say that is because I've seen Homestuck more times than I can count. Okay, so 50, 60, 70, 80. See, this would be the Terezi color. $210. This would be Vriska. $240. This would be Equius. No, come on, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 240. What's after 240? 70. 270. That would be Gamzee. 70, 80, 90, 300. Oh. And then 330. Okay, I have all the colors I need, so what I'm gonna do is erase the shit I don't need. So I don't need this green. I don't need this green. And we're gonna use these to mark my own stuff. I made this so much stupider than I should have. Y'all don't understand how dumb I am. Oh, that's very blue. Okay. That was much easier. I was making this way too hard on myself. Alright, so I'm going to use the color coordination to figure out the 6 main training that I want to have, and then each one will split off into different specializations so that you can better customize your stuff. So red is obviously military. You're the fight boy. Owie. Owie. Medic, don't sip that at me. I'll sip it at me first. Alright, blue will be science and research, I think? Research. There we go. And what else? I also need navigation. So, security, military, science, research. Medical, I guess, would be here. I like navigator being, like, yellow. Or engineer. Let's see. might, brains, and then tech. So technology would be here. And it would make sense because research and then your tech, it could technically get you medical. Navigation. What would purple be? Purple. Because we got navigator, we got engineer, we got security. Custodial is just for NPC purposes. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about this. No, don't worry about it. I could have diplomacy here. Like you're a good talker. You're the smooth operator of the crew. I think I'll do that. Diplomat right here. There we go. Okay, so these are going to be the 6 branches, I think, of different training that you can receive, and what you could be on the ship. So diplomat, you're basically HR. You're basically not HR per se. You're the person that's like, ah, fuck, I'm sorry my ship crew did that. Here's compensation for the stuff. They're like the representative of the of the ship, I think. There we go. So I think these are going to be the 6 main things you can do on the ship. Not to mention you can zone in on these and become more specialized than that. But these are going to be the 6 backgrounds that I really, or not backgrounds, training that I really focus on. And they kind of match with the stats that I have here. So strength is red, reflex is knowledge, or not, reflex is orange, not knowledge. So navigation, you have to be quick about how you know, quick-witted, quick moving whenever you're driving. Vitality, engineer, it kind of works because it's like, oh, you're taking care of the life of the ship. Knowledge is your medical. Research is blue, but I put charm as blue, but that's perfectly fine. And then faith, or your willpower, is purple, but they're not supposed to match with each other perfectly. This is just a color coordination for me to remember this stuff. Because my brain. My brain. That's all you need to know is my brain. Alright, so you start as a crewmate, and with this training, you can become anything. So, I don't know how I'm going to come up with a skill trees yet. I guess I could follow military, because Leon wants to make a military character. Also, aside from skill trees with these guys, you can have skill trees for different weapons as well. I have here everywhere, help me. Okay, I'm good. So, for military, you'd probably either be offensive or defensive. You'd be more aggression, or you'd be more security, I think. This looks pretty good. So this is what I'm going to be doing, and then I'll have skill trees going up each one. Okay, so this is the startings of the mechanics for the skill tree system. Now, I'm going to go study at some point some more skill trees in different video games that I really like, including Dragon Age, including Skyrim, because it has like a huge skill tree system in the form of the constellations, if you guys remember that. But for now, I think I'm gonna call it. But before we head out, I do want to show you guys this thing that I'm doing. This here is a planet template. And it lets me... Hold on. Oh no! I fucked up! Hold on. Undoing it. Undoing it. Give it a second. It's taking forever. Oh, why is it taking forever? Okay, there it goes. Let me do this. So I can add stuff like this. There's its moons. Oh man, it has 3 moons. And then I can go in as well and paint it. I will save. Give me a second. But let's say this is like a very harsh Martian planet. There it is. Oh man, look at that crapshoot that you have to go and visit. So, I'm going to be making my own planets. I think I'll be doing that next week. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But for now, I'm going to save, and we're gonna dip potato chip. Also, welcome in, Chillmaker. We're about to head out. I normally don't leave until about 2, but my brain is fried. It's Desmond Planet. Hey, man! But I am very skeegy. It's a very, very sleepy day today, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, let's run off. Let's head on out. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for vibing. Tomorrow we'll be beating Dragon Age Origins. Hopefully. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna gun it. I'm gonna do as much as I can. And I'm going to fix my mistake. I maybe, sort of, figured out a way of how to Alistair to still love me, even after... even after all the bullshit that happens. So don't worry. I will be fixing that tomorrow. But until then, I will see you guys later. Let's go raid somebody. Who do I want to raid? Do you guys have an idea of who I should drop in on? I have an idea. I know who I want to drop in on. I hardly get to see this beautiful little bean. And I'd like to raid them. Also, I'm hungry. Are you guys hungry? Let's go get food. I know we're a cafe, but it's not like we have, like, huge food, you know? We have, like, sandwiches and soups and stuff. Dude, let's start having sandwiches and soups here. Anyway, grab your messages. The first one is if you have my emails, the second one is if you do not. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye-bye-bye. The cafe is closing. Blah-blah! What the fuck? I'm on the floor. Roland shoved me. Roland shoved me on the floor. What the fuck? Anyway, bye guys.